Hey.
Oh yeah. Uh,
It's getting close to Halloween, but it's not Halloween yet. But I wanted to make a joke about Ghostbusters. You thought this was gonna be a regular edition of the intro, but no, you get ghosted, idiot, with Byzantian Dave and Celtic. Yes, welcome to the Byzantian Brewscast. Uh,
that's a strong start. Okay.
it is mid October. I am starting to feel the cold set in and the nights are setting in, and like I think the clocks go back next week. But we are here. We are we are going to do the thing. How have we been this week?
I've been alright. Rugby game yesterday, which actually
Nice.
won. Lost
Hey.
the last three for some reason. So that was interesting.
Hmm.
Um, what's been going on? Oh yeah, there's plenty of checked out Mitchell's new flat,
Uh-huh.
Mamiya Green. So that's been nice.
Nice.
Um, that just usual stuff. Still looking for stuff to do for Halloween,
Ah.
which is fine. I think I might have found something just like booking it too early or late. Um, Honestly, kind of quiet to be fair.
Hmm. Hey, quiet weeks are good.
Yeah.
So, this week I've had quite a busy week actually. So, yeah, we did the thing Thursday, but Wednesday I went and spent time with Dad in the city. We checked out the museum and art gallery in the city centre. There's a lot that's not there's a lot that's like still closed in the museum, but there's a bit. But there's like this whole there's like they have the big exhibit, the gas hall, but it's like it was closed for a special
Yeah.
exhibit unless you pay like an extra £7. I'm like, what? Isn't the
Oh, yeah.
point of the museum supposed to be that it's free? It's supposed to enrich the population or whatever.
Yeah. What was actually in the gas hall now anyway? Because they swap out every few months.
I don't know because I didn't actually go in because I didn't. Neither me nor my dad fancied pending £7 on part of the museum.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But I went to the Ming Moon afterwards, and that was the satay chicken, so good.
That's
And then earlier today, not Saturday, earlier today I was at the Withall Transport Museum for coffee and cars, which was
okay.
cool. I got to see some old buses, which was nice. And yeah, it was just cool seeing some like buses from like the 60s all the way to sort of the early 2000s model that got decommissioned, and then even there's actually have a decommission. The sort of the older model that you still kind of see on the road, but the sort of the traditional red.
Yeah.
The non-black. They've got one of them in as well. Eventually, but it's like it was really cool seeing the comparison to like the early 2000s white red, and blue version, which was sort of, under West Midlands transport, and then the transitionary period one to what we now know as the National Express bus. It was like, but look, the early 2000s buses looked cooler. There's something about just early 2000s chic.
Yeah.
Any,
I kind of get it.
yeah,
I associate buses with like that strange musty smell.
yeah, and
I
the
don't know
funny
why.
coloured seat
It's not.
covers. That sort of weird,
Oh, another one we're on about. Yeah.
that kind of like
Strange
weird effect.
90s
Yeah, very very
coach felt
90s
thing. They were
chic.
quite.
But I thought to myself, like, what else did I see? Oh yeah, there was a couple of like early 2000s Porsches that was there as well for the meetup, and I was like, yes, because I feel like Porsche kind of fell downhill after like You know the SUV model they did,
Yes.
the Cayenne. It's like everything after that point is just like, what are you doing? Why why is it with like car manufacturers, particularly like sports car manufacturers, being like, you know what we really need? A flipping SUV. Sorry, this is turned into car
Uh,
chat very briefly, but I just wanted to, yeah. But with all
no.
Transport Museum was fun, and I got to see my grandparents afterwards, which was nice. So,
All right.
shall we move on then to our first and new topic
Yes.
segment. It's called the Big Project because I am really good at coming up with original names for things. So this is the
That could
segment
be appended. Yeah.
where we will talk about a big ongoing project or part of an ongoing project that we are currently doing. We might necessarily talk about the same project each week because, let's be real, people in the tabletop sphere are got many irons in the fire, and sometimes some of them just don't get finished. I know I have that problem. Anyway, so do you have a big project that you'd like to let people know about?
Yes, I have. I've been working on um I'm decided something more like a hex campaign than another
Ooh.
traditional campaign
Hmm.
for Talislanta. I've been trying to find a system to play that's not strictly D&D, to find something adjacent to it.
Yeah.
And Atlanta is great. It's good. It's got all the tribal stuff I like. It's got little to no magic. And my YouTube channel has been full of um sort of prehistoric stuff lately. So I'm thinking, what better system for it than Atlanta?
Makes
And
sense.
I started with a couple of like locations. So if my logic being, I was going to keep the plot kind of open to begin with,
Hmm.
and have like a few directions you can go. So they've got a couple of hexes already done. Uh, the initial premise is really straightforward. Uh, the actual tribe the players are in is going to be set actually in session one, I think,
Makes sense.
because the only thing I've noticed, like with D&D, it's really easy to have like characters from here, there, and everywhere. That's
Yeah.
fine, but Talislanta, they kind of do encourage, even the fifth edition version, they encourage that you kind of figure out that most people are from the same tribe, so you've got to figure out,
Hmm.
you know, what they're going to settle on. Um, so that I haven't written in because that's gonna be whatever. But the basic threat's gonna be the same. There's I think I call them like um the scale focus and things. So basically, there is a tribe that's going to be effectively pursuing them the whole time.
Hmm.
Or killed off, they can decide. But they basically end up being pursued by something that's a few in-game hours behind them,
Hmm.
and
Nice.
the first first potential session sort of begins in a nice dank underground sort of like tunnel. Uh, largely being like it's very cutscene style. You're on the run, and you didn't think to check for soft earth, and now you've fallen down a hole. It's been a few hours alive, but you are somewhere underground. It's basically like introductory. This is how the game works, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And a good way to introduce some of the other tribes through like random encounters. Because I suppose one thing that I suppose the game doesn't have as written is there's only so many main like peoples of the game.
Yeah.
So it's really so I suppose the game's really encouraging you to just include them sort of as a thing that you can run into,
Hmm.
even if they're from different. So I did include some Undermen because I like the Undermen. So had a look at all the different tribes, and they're just the most well,
Makes
they're
sense.
the most evil coded to me. I mean, they're the weird hunchback. underground dwelling people. But
Yeah.
they just look. They got the vibe down. I like them.
Hmm.
It's that of the Goths or the Raths. They're just like very classically evil coded, but that kind of works for me.
Hmm.
Um, yes, so I've been trying to figure out where would you start a Talislanta campaign because the character creation is more communal than D&D standard.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that
That the only
feeling.
thing I want is I want it to be set in a jungle setting to begin with. Then I'll leave it open to whoever the players want to take it from there.
Hmm.
Um, that's where I'm starting. I've got the main initial dungeon and a couple of hub locations already to go.
Nice.
Um, and the main villain or the villainous faction has like an entry, has their basic warrior entry already done.
Hmm.
So I'm doing it like literally piece by piece as reference material if I need it. Um, yes, it's a little bit scattershot, but I like to have an online backlog of stuff that I've already finished.
Hmm.
And so far, with a few exceptions, it's pretty much been Teleslanta all the way this last couple of weeks. So I've been doing good on that.
Hmm.
What have you been working on?
So I've been working on collecting cards at the moment, and there is a reason for this, homebrew
What?
wise, is that I've been collecting a bunch of stuff from various eras of the game Cardfight Vanguard because they have some really really interesting mech designs, and because they fall into like different clans, I thought they are a really good category for something to convert into Lancer because you already have the effectively the manufacturers already set apart from each other.
Yes.
So I thought, why don't I just design a whole bunch of stuff for Lancer using these like cards as inspiration and maybe learn a bit about the actual in card universe lore of the universe of Card for Vanguard while I'm at it, because I've had so many of these cards and I played this game quite a bit, but I don't actually know any of the lore beyond wow that mech is cool or wow that bug is interesting.
That's fine.
I mean, because like it's not the same as Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like the cards kind of have lore attached to them. Like you can kind of extrapolate the lore just by looking at various cards from the archetype. They don't really have a lot of that. They have a little bit of flavor text sometimes, but there's not a whole lot to go on. So I thought, I wonder if I can just like if I actually start looking this up and doing research, there's probably like lore somewhere on a wiki or something. I think that'll be interesting, and I get to make mechs while I'm at it, and it'll be a good way of learning the Lancer system from a homebrew standpoint.
I've been doing an A Lancer design.
Hmm.
I've just been doing the com quite a bit lately. Um,
Yeah,
literally in between watching episodes of Gundam Seed, I think it was, as I never saw it the first
nice.
time.
Hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I will update you all next week with something on that, probably. Next up, Critical Fumble. Everybody fumble.
Fumble. The obvious one, which I have seen the templates of both stuff, is there was a strange D&D post going about, which is now correct me if I'm wrong, but what I don't think they celebrate Pride Month in like October unless it's in the US, do they?
Um,
Unless I'm wrong
I'm
on that.
not sure. Is that like a thing in uh, USA? I don't actually know when their USA Pride Month is. Worldwide
But they
Pride
do.
2025. Oh, apparently, like Honolulu is an October. Oh, apparently, yeah. So, Worldwide 2025, World Pride 25 will held in Washington D.C. While other cities like Phoenix, Honolulu, and Savannah have their own event scheduled for October 25. So apparently,
Yeah,
yes, I guess it is a United States thing. You learn something new every day, I guess.
it's okay. Because so the what did come out was I'm trying to find the post. But there was a strange post with apparently there's a whole an all gay town apparently for D&D, if you were that obsessed with the idea,
Okay.
with a very strange, soft, sort of pastel-looking beholder.
Oh, I think I saw an image of that, the gay beholder. And I was like, what?
Yes,
I thought it was a shit
so
post at
that's
first. I thought it was a shit
yeah, it's
post.
gone down as well as you might expect. Um, Find it now. It's really
Hmm.
annoying. We're seeing it everywhere. Um, so that's gone down well. Um, there we are. Just found it. Oh, for God's sake! There's a giant robot. See, to the credit of people like not being a fan of it, a lot of criticism I'm saying is not the fact that it is a pride post. It's more the fact that the art style has done. Well, it's a bit soft and like a very pastel kind of way. Like there's a lot of pinks and a lot of soft pinks and blues, but not in that sort of JoJo way where they're sort of doing it to be
Yeah,
visually bold.
it's like the ooh woo puppy dog kind of. My
Yes,
my other
it's
my
very
other
realistic.
persona is a wolf. Um,
You know what's really funny looking at it now? There's quite a lot of genuine humans in it. They can ironically say it's not very diverse. Seen quite a lot of humans,
yeah,
and
what's up with
most
that?
of them don't appear to be that dark-skinned. It's very weird. So I'm not what the messaging is there, but
I'm
yeah, well, that's
getting
gone down
mixed
like a
messages.
yes.
It went
Oh,
down like
here's a quote from a
went down like a gay
giant
bar.
robot,
Yeah,
big bold.
went down like
Customers can
went down like a gay bar without a massive cake that someone came out of. It went down like
is that a requirement for gay bars?
I get no. It went down like
I
a
wouldn't know.
gay bar without techno, as in not very great. I don't know what it is with gay bars and techno. So that's an old meme.
Enough of them to know that one. But yeah,
It was an
there's a
old like
quote from
Family Guy
this is John.
joke. They listed like
Uh,
German techno apparently.
oh yes, yeah. It is the kind of music you're on about. There's a quote from giant robot. Customers complain the game is only for furries now. This is in like big 24 white font.
Wow. I love weird Wizards of the Coast nonsense. I don't.
Yes, this is a weird one because
Yeah.
it's because stuff like this, I am quite averse to some of the modern art style because it's just not what I'm really interested in.
Hmm.
So I do see where some of the OSR people kind of get off on that, but I'm
Yeah.
also not entirely on the side of it because the old fifth edition thing is actually pretty decent quality.
Hmm.
They probably would very much disagree on that.
Yeah.
But at least the one universal agreement is this whatever this is not what the average D&D player was generally crying out for.
Yeah.
Even if I think
It's
quite a lot of
like
them would
you
endorse it.
know I do support gay rights and stuff like that if you want to as a company, but like if you want to do something like this,
Yes,
like signpost something that was like fan created or something, because there are like several third party things of this ilk, which are actually quite interesting. And yeah, like because niche people make things for a niche audience, or just do it tastefully and not in such a bizarre bloody way.
yeah,
Like
I
to
think
give
it's
you
more
an
the implication that
example,
pisses
to
people
give
off.
you an
I
example,
totally
Wizards
understand.
of the Coast have handled
Yeah,
doing the whole gay question really well before. It's called the relationship between what's his bloody name now? Not, what's his fucking name? What's his name? Sorry. I'm blanking. I'm having a massive bloody blank moment. Ral Zarek, the relationship between Ral Zarek and his, I guess now husband, in Magic the Gathering series. You know, they don't take up a huge part of the story. They're just kind of there. They have a little bit of fluff. They get married, and we move on. They don't have a massive big
Yeah,
song and
'cause it's
dance
not.
about them.
Yeah,
They're just there. There's representation, but it's not in your face every 5 seconds. That's tastefully done.
yeah, that checks out. I think the general complaint I've been seeing is it's this post is portraying it as if this is what, or at least what some people, what the poster wants D&D to be like all the time, and I just don't
Yeah.
think that would sell. Just that's kind of a cold hard fact of it. Like, I know there's a big gay fandom for this stuff, but I
Hmm.
think it it's not the pride parade going gay person in that fandom for the most part, and this is very much appealing to that crowd rather
Yeah.
than the
You know what it looks
day
like?
to day, which happens to
It
be gay crowd.
reminds me of if, like, a beholder got lost in the Care Bears universe.
Look, I was joking, but he does have the Care Bear belly look for some reason. Um,
Also, he has that, like,
yeah,
weird.
the
He has
fun,
that, like, weird, slightly neutral Modron smile.
is it the heart as well, the eye that's probably doing it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, although I do like that it is a beholder that they've chosen to go for because I've always thought it's a stupid looking monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even when they try and make it look intimidating, it's a floating head with vulnerable eyes everywhere. I've never thought it was particularly intimidating,
Yeah.
but this is rather like taking
Like, if you
to
want
take
to
it to
do,
the
like,
extreme.
gay stuff in a, like, weird, sort of colorful atmosphere, just do, like, a mini
Yeah, go
adventure
ahead.
along the lines of something like something out of the Beatles, something psychedelic, because let's be real, the 60s
Oh,
were very, very gay.
yeah, they also I'd also have like some appeal to that aesthetic as well because
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah,
yellow submarine stuff that probably
yeah,
work. That wouldn't strictly be just gay stuff
yeah,
either.
exactly.
Um,
You get that kind of Rainbow Spirit vibe, but you also get a kind of, oh, that's different, that's weird, seeing D&D in, like, a weird 60s psychedelic drug, trippy look. You can like how companies like broad appeal and then proceed to not broadly appeal.
you can appeal to two to three groups of people without
Yeah,
just
yeah,
appealing to everyone at once. It's
yeah.
not a problem. Says Wood the coach fails to read the room again, and
Yep.
probably loses 1 or 2 points of points on their stock. Probably not doing great now, is it?
Mm.
Um, but what have you found this week?
So, you know that unannounced Magic the Gathering set that was going to be an unannounced Universe Beyond set? Do you know what it is?
Oh, yes.
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja
What is it? What,
Turtles. I was thinking it was going to be something Nickelodeon. I wasn't expecting it to be that. I was like, huh? I can't believe I like half called it as
okay,
well. I was like, it's going to be a Nickelodeon thing, isn't it? And I was like, why did it have to be
okay. Now this
Turtles?
I can see why they've done that though, because with the Spider-Man set, they were like, great. We have like 10 different versions of the same character.
Yeah,
They've got about essentially 12 different versions of all the turtles they can go with.
yeah.
They've already got that
Which
going
they've
for
done
them.
like several. We've already seen several different versions of several different Turtles, including the one from the weird sort of black
Yep.
and white like
Yes, the
style.
original graphic novel ones.
Yeah. So okay,
Yeah. Eh,
interesting idea.
well, they do the. I don't know if you were familiar with. I've only seen it through reviews. The next evolution ones, where they were
Yeah,
almost edgy looking.
yeah. I think they have done
That'd be
those. Yeah.
interesting to guys to come out. Um,
Like I get that.
I
So
don't feel. Yeah.
this is my old man yells at cloud moment. Like I don't hate it, but also like I was never on that like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle train at any point in my life, so it's probably just I don't get
Fair.
it kind of thing. I don't get the appeal because I was never interested in it as a kid. Um, shoot me, but
See, yeah, mine was
yeah,
more of a US thing.
yeah. So
It was massive in the US.
I had just thought like there are surely better Nickelodeon properties to go with than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Surely. I mean, Avatar just
Potentially,
barely fits. Barely.
you know what? Avatar would be perfect because the color coding would be super
Yeah,
easy.
it's like they are doing Avatar. They are doing Avatar: The Last Airbender. They are doing that one. So that one kind of makes sense. I also have a critical fumble about that, but let's get to that in a second. Funnily enough, it's also
Hey.
turtle related. But I don't know. I guess I would have like preferred to see something like Danny Phantom or something that, or like something more memorable. Heck, I mean, I don't know what properties like Nickelodeon owns. What IPs
I've got plenty
does
on their hands.
Nickel? Because they have a lot, don't they? They have a
Yeah,
flipping
yeah, they're
lot.
drowning in it.
Like I don't know why they didn't just go all in and do an entire like SpongeBob set. They did a secret lair. The shark has already been jumped. You might as well just give us a whole set.
I just took it's going to be more things to complain about for people that want the in-house setting stuff.
Yeah.
That this doesn't appeal to them. They want more in-house magic stuff, for dedicated magic stuff, not
Mm.
some tie-in. Which is, if that floats your boat, fine. But I do see where they're coming from when more than half the range going is technically from another IP.
Yeah.
So
I
you were saying
mean,
you have a second one as
yeah.
well. So
So, I, crikey. Okay, I was gonna make a joke and say, I mean, like they could have done Douglas. They could have made a Douglas
the
card.
Bug Universe.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god!
the secret lair, Doug, and my grill. No, no,
Well,
of course not.
that's not reaching a. You could get all the Vine Source memes as official cards. That's not funny.
What else is
Have
there?
like have the nice couch, the comfortable chair.
The, this fine chair. Oh my days. Apparently, apparently, apparently Nickelodeon just owns Stripperella of all fucking things.
Because they're using that franchise a lot nowadays.
Apparently, uh, look like that's actually a thing on the. Yeah, like Invader Zim would have worked at least for a little bit. We have aliens, we have robot stuff now, we have things that transform.
You know what? I could see aliens actually being an interesting deck.
Yeah.
You've got what, like 40, 50 years worth of potential content.
Hmm.
The movies don't do it much, but there's so much variety in just the xenomorphs alone.
Exactly.
It's a re that you could go into the tie-in video games, which had their own weird stories. There's so much stuff you could jump off
Yeah.
there. But apparently, the TMNT was what some focus group said they wanted.
I mean, clearly they fumbled the bag because we could have done with the Ren and Stimpy set instead. Can you imagine the art of that? Of that? Oh. I would
That'd be a
actually
confusing
love to
one because
see how Magic the Gathering artists would do something in the Ren and Stimpy like akin style.
there's a good point, but the problem there is people know like two characters from Ren and Stimpy, and it's Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
like it's one of those franchises that I know of by reputation, not by actual, content.
Mm. This is one of those where I feel like
You-
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff should have been like either a supplementary product or like a secret lair or something, and not an entire set. Because while yes, there's a lot of things you
Yeah,
could do with it, it just doesn't. It fits Magic even less than Spider-Man does, and that's saying something.
yes, it does feel like the franchise is crying out for a.
Yeah, like a bruh.
Yeah, it's kind of stuff like this that's making me think, right, I'm just gonna get into the Gundam TCG because I know what I'm in for there.
I suppose at least the upshot is that you probably won't see that many people with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles deck, I guess, because I'm probably not alone in the
No,
thought of
it's.
like that's weird.
I mean, I do think there is an audience for it though, because what the average age of Magic is about close to 40, and some of them might have grown up with the shows and stuff.
Yeah,
But then again, they'd have grown up with like one or two versions of the show, not like the more recent ones.
yeah,
So even then, I mean, I can't imagine them wanting the 2012 and later era stuff.
yeah. Here's a thing. They do own Comedy Central. Paramount does.
What?
Yeah.
Okay then, well, sure. So what will it be like? Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, like yeah. Um. I mean, that would be funny. Like, what else is like? Oh, they could have done.
And
Honestly, they could have unironically done like a South Park set, and people would have actually loved it. As like a meme set, as like an unset, with silver bordered cards that do stupid
you know what?
things.
That would be funny because South Park has never taken itself that seriously.
Yeah,
They could jump the shark, and people would probably buy
and
into it.
given the audience of most Magic the Gathering players, you could absolutely have a card that just says, "Flip flip your opponent off if you do." Flip your opponent the
Yeah, I
bird.
mean, there's like a few decades worth of jokes they could work off there.
Yeah, you
But
can
as long as they sell it as a comedy set,
heck,
yeah.
even an easy way of having tokens in it. Some things can make food tokens, and it can be fish sticks. And if you have the fish sticks, you're a gay fish, obvious. Or Butter's
The flavor states
creamy
would be good.
goo. Yeah. And you have, and because there are that many characters in South Park, you don't need to have a thing where it's like, okay, we need to do 4 different versions of this character or 8 different versions. You could
No,
do,
not really.
you could
Yeah,
do just one of, you could make like 80 different creatures and still have room for more characters, including the non-human stuff. We're like, man, bear, pig, and the forest friends, etc.
yeah, that'd probably be like a r- green, maybe red. I could see that working
Yeah,
out.
you could even get in touch with some celebrities and ask them for input. We could have a Jennifer Lopez card, aka the Cartman's hand.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be quite funny tie-in for actual people that exist. Um,
It's just we have a
it doesn't feel
card
very
that's literally the name of
magic,
a
but sure.
celebrity, but it's just Cartman's hand. What?
It's Tom Cruise, but
Tom Cruise
just
Fudge
on top
Packer.
of.
That's his card name. He just creates food tokens. He packs fudge. There's like
Yeah,
nothing weird about it. He just makes food tokens. He packs the fudge. Done. Easy.
well, we'll have to like to keep an eye on that for the next time they do another expansion because they'll all do something weird like that.
Yeah.
Wonder what other franchises they've forgotten about. They will decide needs a Magic the Gathering set.
Yeah. Or just do like a Nickelodeon-ish set because there is like a weird Nickelodeon expanded universe that's touched upon more in the video games of just do that and have a bunch of the different characters get it all out of the way, rather than I don't
Ripping it out
know.
by rules.
Yeah, like yeah. Who knows what? There's so many
I think they're
different
just going
things
off
they could have
franchises they already
picked.
own at this point.
Yeah, or that they already have connections with. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why they. I don't get it, but okay. The
Yes,
SpongeBob Secret Lair was funny. If you did a whole bunch of other Nickelodeon stuff as like Secret Lairs, that would have been cool. Or like just put it in like a supplementary product. You know, that would be fine. But like, why is it a standard
yes.
set and why is it like specifically Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I don't get it.
I feel like they really need to stagger out these releases so they have like some wacky releases and then some sensible ones in the middle.
Yeah,
Well, there's not they're missing a balance right now.
yeah. Like, why don't we get something along the lines of like, I don't know, Universes Beyond Discworld, something that would genuinely fit Magic the Gathering thematically.
That would be quite. I could see that being quite nice and sincere actually for a wacky franchise.
Yeah. Or Universes
They just you
Beyond the
need like
Elder Scrolls.
yeah like the wacky releases are funny, but with nothing normal to make them look weird, it's kind of just
Everything is
like a
weird.
factory
Yeah.
line of yes, you need some normalcy. Otherwise, as I think people are getting bored.
Yeah. It's also weird that we're getting not one but two Nickelodeon standard sets.
It is that is weird. Like, it's got to be peculiar as like a veteran Magic the Gathering player nowadays playing against people that you might have like a dedicated set from like back in the 2000s or back in the 90s,
Yeah.
and you're playing against like SpongeBob SquarePants, but
Like
also it's
yeah,
Transformers.
like I
It's
could
like
get I could get like
it must feel slightly
one
galling.
I could get behind one every other couple of years or so, but yeah, swap your things around at least, space them out a bit, the weird cartoony stuff. Space it out a bit. Put in like if you're gonna do Universe Beyond, do at least one or two that make sense in between the two Nickelodeon ones. Hmm?
I remember almost being excited for the Phyrexia stuff because they were mentioning how we got Junjito on board. So, oh,
Yeah,
great! That's actually an interesting. That's cool and not a silly franchise. Okay,
yeah, and it's also like, you know, you could do more rather than just Universe Beyond stuff. Just do artists beyond, and just get artists like popular artists to do a lot of cards in their specific style, like Junji Ito.
yeah,
Heck,
Mexico's was all over that.
I would love to see if they ever did like another like punk style thing or something like that, or something that would fit. A blinking bonus sheet of just Banksy's.
That'll be an ambitious crossover, but they would. Not yet. I could see it.
Let him paint the Wizard of the Coast head office a bit, and then make those artworks into cards.
Or
Duh.
you can get artists to do their own versions of classic cards.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, like, or
There's
like,
always got to be enough of a backlog that people
yeah, because like they
will be
did
playing
do that
40 years and be like,
secret
I remember that now.
lair. They did that secret lair from that one guy who did a lot of Pokemon card artwork, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like, do more of that, please, and less of the weird stuff that doesn't really fit all that well.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder at what point do you just think, why is there not just dedicated card games for this franchise rather than turning turning Magic the Gathering into a weird vehicle?
Yeah, it's also kind of weird because like Universes is right there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Like we like I get that it kind of came out sort of before then, but even before like Wizard of the Coast started doing that, we had what was it, Weiss Schwartz, which was all like basically
I do
Universes
know that
Beyond
there was,
anime.
for some reason, a dedicated SpongeBob SquarePants card game?
Yes.
This was a thing.
Oh, I have some. I have a box full of the cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's very weird. Some of the cards are scratch and sniff.
What?
Yeah,
Okay,
very weird.
that's I've known that one for a card game.
Yeah, it's kind of like Top Trumps, but with a few extra rules and some special cards that have
Okay.
abilities. It's very weird. Oh, some of the cards glow in the dark as well. That's another one.
See, I would love more trading card games to do stuff like that.
Something that's out there. Yeah. It's like,
Imagine the collector's value on like, let's say, was collecting a Gundam set and you get like a command, like a commander unit, which which is glow in the dark for some insane reason. Well,
yeah,
the mark one
yeah,
that'd be insane.
just interesting. Just weird stuff.
You could do like a one-off annual release. It could be I don't know, just because I'm watching it. All an all Gundam seed deck, which is just a booster with uh guaranteed like three Gundam suits in it. One of them was weird glow in the dark, the other two holographic.
Yeah. Can you imagine a Gundam scratch and sniff? It would just smell like gasoline and
So
oil.
yeah, so what next? As we've been, I think,
Okay, yeah,
we've
yes.
been wizards enough. Been wizards enough for one week.
Yeah, yeah, we kind of went
For
off
this
a bit
week.
of a, we kind of went off on a bit of a weird tangent. Anyway, it's time for homebrew of the week, everybody. Da-da-da-da.
Oh, yes. Normally I was excited for this one, but it was Strixhaven. Um, so I've taken that to its logical conclusion, and rather than try to improve Strixhaven, I have gone with the obvious joke and gone straight forward. So rather than do any like monster manual stuff, I've
Mhm.
instead gone with a load of scenarios instead.
Nice.
And rather than like actually anything exciting that we'd want to go on, it's barista shifts. It's just barista shifts. So this is an optional thing you can choose to do if you're playing the Strixhaven campaign. It's a cool rate of 2 silver per hour. You can choose to work on any of the coffee shops on campus.
Nice.
And I tried to make this as realistic to actually working service industry that I could manage.
Oh.
Uh, so yes, here's how it goes. Each shift is at least 6 hours long. At the end of every hour, you got to roll either a performance or athletics check, depending on if you're front facing or you're doing stuff in the back.
Mhm.
Every hour. Um,
Oh.
it's it's basically can you keep enthusiastic for 6 hours? Possibly not. Um, if you do the same job,
Mhm.
beginning to get bored.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
also for the first and last 2 hours of the shift, there's a customer mishap table, which is a lovely D10 table. Uh, she already have a D10 with you by any chance?
I've
That's fine
got
if
one
not.
probably somewhere. Yes, I could use the D10 from my trusty Ravnica dice set, which is kind
Okay.
of
Right,
thematic.
right. Okay,
Wrong
just roll
plane, but
two.
2D10,
Uh,
got it.
just roll two for the sake of argument.
So we've got the OO, which I guess is 10 in this case, and
Okay.
2.
Okay, so 10. Uh, a delivery of fresh beans is late and arrives just before rush hour. You must take time up your shift to take orders in. Get up a D6 athletics check or gain exhaustion. That's the one. Or most of your customers are hungover from the night before and take extra time ordering. At the end of the 2 hours, first you must roll performance checks with disadvantage. Sorry.
Oh, that I
Uh,
love.
which uh, which one's my favorite? Uh, I haven't looked at these in like a week. But
Hmm.
okay, here's a dumb one. One customer insists that the price of the listed item is less than advertised because, quote unquote, their friend paid that much yesterday. You have to pass a DC 18 persuasion check or spend the next 10 minutes trying to find a manager who will inevitably tell the customer the same thing you just did.
Ah, we love a good Karen. Ugh.
Yep, I had to put that one in.
Fantastic.
Oh, yes, another one was a customer barges to head to the queue because they, quote unquote, know the manager. That's another one.
Mm. Are you speaking from personal experience on half of these?
That and stuff I've overheard.
Ah.
Tried to make it authentic. Um, oh, and number nine's quite funny. One of the shop customers is a private shopper sent by corporate HQ. They're trying to buy the most high energy drink possible just to check how vigilant the staff are. You have to pass a
Oh.
perception check, DC 18, or unwittingly serve them. If you do this twice, you just get fired and you lose your job. If you fail the checks, it is possible to lose the job. Um,
That.
I just wanted to be okay for doing all that boring stuff in between the middle of a campaign. You get a new trait, which is unique to this activity. It's service industry patience. You gain advantage. You gain advantage on whiz saves to resist being bored by stories and conversations that you don't actually care about.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I would say this would improve the game, but this was a very almost spitefully written thing because try as I might, I could not uh, find it in me to be genuinely interested in Strixhaven.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Let's write something sarcastic. What have you come up with for this
So
week?
I went with half and half. I went with half sarcastic, half
Okay.
legitimate. So this is a new background that you could technically use outside of Strixhaven with some tweaking, but it's designed for Strixhaven. It is called, the background is called Strixhaven Lecturer. You work as a lecturer teaching students at Strixhaven Academy. And no, you aren't one of the prestigious ones. You might be an assistant or lecturer of a more obscure topic, or possibly a substitute teacher
TA.
for one of the more important ones get caught up in something. Yes, it's like because I thought about the idea. We talked about the idea workshop it ages ago about this idea of like a campaign where you're all just lecturers cleaning up the
Oh, I did joke about
mess
that. Yeah,
of just the
that
stupid
was the back of it.
students. I was like, bruh. So I thought, why don't I make that a background at the very least? Because that sounds very funny. So, you get to pick proficiency in up to two of the following: Arcana, History, Medicine, and Nature. If you do only pick the one, you get expertise instead. So I thought there's a rare thing where you can actually, yes, you can actually get expertise in something, but roleplay wise, might be a double-edged sword because being a Strixhaven lecturer that isn't important is probably a really shit job.
These are probably great.
But there is an optional trait you can take here, which can be very powerful or very debilitating, depending on how lucky you are.
Oh,
It is called Cafe-holic. And what it does, so,
okay.
as a tired, disgruntled, and unappreciated lecturer, you have learned the power that caffeine brings, and lament the lack of it. You may take the below feature if you wish. You get a +2 to a skill of your choice for 1 hour after consuming a caffeinated beverage. This doesn't stack and you can't get multiple instances at once. However, if a day has passed and you haven't consumed caffeine, you take a level of exhaustion. Exhaustion taken this
I like
way
that.
cannot be removed by any other means other than consuming caffeine. If you do consume caffeine, you heal all levels of exhaustion inflicted by your addiction. Bearing in mind, if you go 5 days without coffee, you can just straight up die from exhaustion.
Yeah, that's
That's realistic.
ironically very close to the addiction mechanic from Talislanta, which is a thing. That's hilarious. Also, I like the idea that you could very easily combine those two homebrews to make
Mm.
one uber depressing Strixhaven campaign.
Part-time lecturer, part-time barista, because you have to work 2 jobs
Yep.
to make ends meet. There is more, however.
I was thinking of yeah.
Stack and skills cannot be picked at once. So here is an interesting thing. I've added a prestige level to this. So if you reach level 10 and your character levels total, your natural skill puts you above the lower rings of the teaching body, but you're still barely anything compared to the ones that are actually important. Thus, you will gain a perk based on which of the 5 houses you align with the most, because I figured I have to do something with the houses, I guess, because it's Strixhaven.
Right.
So each one gives you something different. If you are sort of a Lorehold lecturer, or you helped out Lorehold the most, you get a lexicon which can access all the books in the Strixhaven library, but you must know the book's title in order to read it. So you can sort of like you kind of have like lexicon book access, but you have to know the title. And it has to be something accessible from the Strixhaven library. Basically, it's like a shortcut, effectively. It's kind of like a portable version of their library. So it's kind of helpful, but more of a convenience
If you get the book
thing.
wrong,
nothing happens. You just be looking at a blank book. But it's kind of... So basically, it's kind of like a convenience thing more than anything else.
okay.
With a bloom, which is you are gifted a special potion bottle that automatically turns poisonous plants into refined poison once a day, because let's be real, poison is way too expensive in D&D, and it's also kind of unreliable, so a way of just making it is a nice bonus that isn't too powerful. Plus by level 10,
that's
poison
okay.
is like...
That's actually somewhat useful.
Yeah, if you're with Prismari, you gain the minor illusion cantrip, if you didn't already. You also learn the spell Silent Image and may have it prepared regardless of your class or prepared spell slots. If you don't have spell slots, you may cast it up to 3 times per day using Intelligence as your spellcasting modifier. Because Prismari are very much the spellcasting one of all. I mean, they're all about spells, but Prismari particularly.
I mean, they're all kind of about that, but...
Yeah. Quandrix, you are given a wondrous item abacus that improves your abilities. Basically, it has 10 beads. You may use 1 or more beads to do the following. Increase your attack roll before you roll by the same number. Increase your damage roll before you roll by the same number. Increase your armor class by the same number for 1 round as a reaction. Increase your strength or or constitution rolls or saves by the same number as a reaction after you roll. Once all 10 beads are expended, you must return it to a Quandrix enchanter for recharging. This recharging takes 1 full day. So it's a bit of a weird one. It kind of goes into how Quandrix cares about +1/+1 counters. It temporarily makes you better at things, but only very temporarily. And it's kind of a pain to get it re-enchanted, because you have to go back to your representative enchanter from Quandrix, wait a day, pick it up.
Load it out. You can't just use it all the time.
Yeah. Silver Quill, you were gifted a magic quill. You may use this quill in 2 ways. The reader of your writing gets temporary hit points equal to 1d4 times your charisma modifier. The reader of your writing takes 1d4 psychic damage times your charisma modifier. You may use either the following once per day, only works on the first read.
Alright.
So you can just hurt someone with words, which is very Silver Quill. Just opens up a letter, bitch, ow, my bones.
Kind of office politics as well with your depressing student barista simulator.
Just fuck ass a bitch. Don't make me make coffee at 4 a.m. again, asshole. Ah! It just kill.
But I need it, otherwise I'll get exhaustion.
But yes, that is my background. Maybe we'll come back to doing more Strixhaven stuff at some point in order to make it. I was going to say less unbearable, but maybe more unbearable, but for different reasons.
The thing have made it so much worse.
In a way, though, you've kind of made it more fun, if that makes sense, because at least there's a kind of weird, gritty realism to it. It's actually quite funny.
Yeah. Academia sucks. Being a part-time student barista also sucks.
We
No
should do
one's
like a
happy at
whole bunch
Strixhaven.
of just part-time Strixhaven jobs, each with their own problems.
I should do a student mishap table.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
So that was Homebrew of the Week. We hope you guys enjoyed that one. They will be
What
available in the
would
Discord
actually
so join the Discord if you want to see more of that stuff. Hello, Terry. Hope you're doing well. What is next? Oh, do we? Yes. So, miniature of the month. Have you picked anything up lately?
Yes, I have. I have. I'll
Nice.
see if I can find an image of it. Um,
Mm,
I went back down to Wayland's Forge,
nice.
and I got some Ghost Archipelago stuff
Ooh.
because Mitchell was thinking of doing
Mhm.
a the not the new starter set, the new starter set before that one.
Ah, the old new starter
Um,
set. But
yes. And I wanted a miniature of something that wasn't. I've been looking for a new character, but I don't really play much.
Hmm.
But I like my characters to be different every single time. And oh, there we are. Well, that's what it looked like. That's not a bad paint job on him. Um, so I was looking for something that's not an archetype I haven't already played before.
Hmm.
What I settled on was be well. I want to start out. I want someone to start out like a barbarian, but turn into a paladin or something.
Yeah.
Or basically, I wanted to have a character for dedicated, uh, just multi-classing, which I never really bothered to do. So I thought barbarian's a good class to start with, and I can go into whatever I like from there.
Makes sense.
I found this miniature, uh, the one with the hammer in particular.
Hmm.
Probably paint him a little darker skinned. It couldn't that way could fit him to the slant quite nicely as well. Um, but it's just a big tribal with a warhammer. I thought, you know what, that's barbarian. I can roll with it.
Nice.
The other guy with it is also pretty cool. Got that sort of Aztec club thing going on.
Hmm.
Um, yes, I picked them up. For like £6. I was quite happy with it.
Nice. Let me have a look in my box of tricks real quick. What is that? Ah, right. Yes, I've got a thing here. Hang on. What's in this box? This will be relevant in a second. Ah,
I'm waiting
yes.
with breath.
Yes. Just check. Oh, that's where I put that. Yeah, so this kind of goes back to the previous annoying to paint thing. My miniature of the month is that
Oh, good.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the Nighthaunt mounted unit on their skeleton horses. Because I actually feel they
Oh
did the
yes, I
skeleton
remember the one.
horses really well. And there is very much a feeling of I might actually just paint this up unironically, like, the death of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Because
I
that's
can see it.
basic, but like, it's probably kind of cool from that respect. Something a bit silly, but
Them all
serious at the
being
same
ghostly
time.
green.
Yeah, and it's also just like horses are notoriously hard to make decent miniatures of because horses are just notoriously weird looking. But when you really think about it, horses are weird.
And they show up. There's so many mounted miniatures on horses.
Yeah.
Like so many.
But make a good horse in, of course, a classic tactical rock style blinking jumping pose because only one hoof is on the
Why
ground.
not?
This thing has four of the feet, and only one of them is on the ground. By the way,
Oh, that's great. That
should have put that in the
let's have a
tactical
look.
rock episode. Yeah, Nighthorn cavalry.
Couldn't tell you what those. I don't really play Nighthaunt. But have a look though. Let's have a look.
Um,
Nighthaunt.
yeah, Nighthawk Dreadblade Harrows. They look like this. That's the exact miniature
Hmm.
I've got as well.
Oh, sweet. Let's have a look.
So it's the one with it, the one at the back is the one I've got. I think I've
Oh
got the other
yeah,
one somewhere as well, probably. But this one in
the
particular is
one
just like a bruh.
the one showing off his amazing backswing.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just like
It's not a bad miniature.
making horses at the best of times is really hard. Making skeleton horses where you have to actually, you know, do the ribs and stuff. That's probably even
Well,
harder
but
because you
the
actually have to
irony there
measure
is
it.
that that Games Workshop has already done that a long time ago with the Tomb Kings.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know,
They were literally just skeletal horses.
I just like the look, It's just
No, I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
there's something about it that's very pun intended haunting.
Oh, they look so annoying to. You
Yeah,
can't imagine assembling that though. Like that second one, it doesn't even have feet. It's got wispy fake legs.
yeah. Well, I guess like his feet are there somewhere. They're just hidden by his like wispy
Like,
coat ectoplasm trails.
unless they've yeah, like unless they've got like the weird ribbety bits at the bottom of the hoof, I do not see how that stands up.
Hmm. To be honest, I don't even know how this thing's still standing, but but mine
Because
is not. Mine is just base coated at the moment. I decided to base coat
okay,
it grey like an idiot, so that's going to be annoying to paint the
okay.
ribs in later. But I just think it's a really cool miniature. It's just, again, it suffers from that
Oh, it's totally
annoying.
cool.
Yeah, it just suffers from that annoying problem that a lot of modern Games Workshop miniatures have, which is the tactical rock or jumping pose issue. Of just like
I mean,
this is
The entire Nighthawk range has it.
yeah.
These are all floating. Everything's
But it's
floating.
like the horses didn't need to float. Of all the things that didn't need to float, it's the
The
horses.
one thing that didn't have to, you made it do it anyway.
It's like, why is bro mid jumping pose? Like, why?
There's a whole unit of those too.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a whole army, that's you need multiple of that.
Eh, but but it's like the classic kind of like dead horseman thing. It's a really classic trope, and it is really cool. It's just why I really want to paint this guy up because it is really cool. It's just I'm
No,
worried about
don't only for that.
breaking
It's
the
a
thing.
very cool model.
I'm worried about breaking it. That's the only thing. Mid paint,
Yeah,
particularly
I
as
could see it being
because
delicate.
it's one of those cavalry bases. It doesn't fit neatly onto the the painting support thing. There's like clamps. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
fit
I know the
neatly
one you're
onto
on
a
about.
painting clamp.
Then they've done a new clamp for it as well, so you kind of out of luck there.
Yeah, they don't do a clamp specifically for that size style of base. They do what they either have the really big one or the really small or the standard small one. I'm like, "Bruh." But in any case, that's my miniature of the month. The Dreadblade Harrows, they are cool. I just I just wish that they were designed more functionally, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, they were definitely designed to look cool rather than be easy to rank up.
Hmm. Also, I feel like I would love to kit bash one and make it kind of like what's his name? The Headless Horseman. Like get like a little pumpkin and replace the sword with like one of the sides and the other Nighthawk boys. I don't know why they didn't
Yeah.
do that. Like you've done tropey things before, Games Workshop. Can we have the famous Headless
Oh God,
Horseman?
yeah.
It's not even like something that is copyrighted, the Headless Horseman either.
Oh, it's so old it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just free license. Like that you can still get. Don't know why they're still selling them, but you can get access. You can. Element Games still sells the old Imperial Dwarf blisters. They're ancient, those ones.
Yeah. So that's miniature of the month. And I guess we move on to closing thoughts, everybody.
Closing thoughts. Yes. It is spooky month.
Yeah.
So I have a few recommendations for things you can watch to get into the spirit of the season. Um,
Okay.
so if you want either a to watch something to fall asleep to, or something to get into like more of a like a the fun sort of Halloween vibe, there is a YouTube channel I quite like. They do um pretty much full live streaming of reruns of the old the more well, yes, it is old, but the most recent Elvira show.
Ooh.
So it's proper. It's as Halloween as it comes in that regard.
Mm.
The only thing I will say is if you don't like bad movies, it's not going to be your thing.
Yeah.
Because even I have a taste for bad movies, but even I'm thinking, my God, these kind of suck.
It's like, wow, this is
I
bad.
yeah, I've I've never been more happy that I live in a world where the Conjuring movies exist after watching stuff like the Satanic Rites of Dracula or Scared to Death and stuff like that. Made me really
Oh.
appreciate modern horror films.
Mm-hmm.
If you want something that's actually good, it's still on Netflix. If you can, there's a series called Fall of the House of Usher, which I saw like a year ago, and I've rewatched it lately. It's a really good US centric modern version of an Edgar Allan Poe story.
Ooh.
It's a really decent drama, and it's generally very very good. Um, and yeah, and if you want something like that's a classic and not completely horrible, I have to recommend any of the either The Mask of the Red Death or um yes, not The Mask of the Red Death, the Vincent Price one, because
Hmm.
it I watched it last year for Halloween and it was a really
Ah.
fun time.
Noise.
It was just because yeah, yeah, that's a proper like spooky Halloween stuff. Not too scary, but that's not the point of Vincent Price stuff. It's to get into the whimsy of the season.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, that and the wheel. But before we do
Yes.
that, what are your closing thoughts?
So my closing thought is nuts. I lost it for a second. Ah, dang it. What was I? Oh yes. So I bought a bottle of Ronnie honey, and this is a PSA. I did try making
Oh,
hatchimi, which is like basically like a honey drink, just basically honey water with a bit of sugar in it. Um, don't add too
very
much
nice.
sugar to it. Don't add too much sugar. You want only a little bit of sugar because there's a lot. The honey is already quite sweet, and if you add too much sugar, it is very sweet. Also, weirdly, honey doesn't work in like tea. Turns out. I guess unless you're doing like hot
Okay.
honey lemon, but if you're doing like traditional like tea bag tea, honey does not work. It doesn't work. It turns out I was drinking it during this podcast. I was like, it just tastes a bit weird, doesn't it? It just
Hmm,
tastes a bit weird. But you live and you
right.
learn.
Okay.
Uh, so
So
weird
I've never
thought.
made. That's fair enough. I've never made it. So how much
At most, like a teaspoon. Like a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons. Don't dump in a whole load of sugar like I did, thinking you need it. You really don't.
Gonna say if the people listen actually want to actually give it a crack. Cool.
So, thank you guys for
So shall we
tuning
spin?
in. Yes, yes, spin the wheel.
Oh,
Yes,
I've got the wheel.
the wheel.
Let's see. Well, so we got Strixhaven out of the way. Just a quick reminder: what you got? We have tribal, impractical object, desert culture. We've done that one, haven't we?
Yes.
What's that doing on there? Well, we don't have that one. Aquatic bird, environmental hazard, 1E remastered, Africa, Strixhaven, Lancer, and Fate.
We could take Strixhaven off.
Yes.
Okay. Spin.
They must have not saved it. Oh, that's great. It's Fate.
Yippee!
Wow. When last time I touched Fate. This will be interesting. So it's got to be in the Fate system.
Interesting.
Sweet.
Oh, also, I remembered what I was going to talk about. So, you remember that I was talking about the Avatar thing and turtles, and I'm upset about something? Yeah, so there is a Turtle Duck card, which is, nice. Slight problem, it's green. It's green. And my poor bird heart feels the same sadness as when the chocobos were green. I can't run it in my deck. The funny...
Oh, there is, and it's kind of adorable.
Yeah, turtle ducks. Turtle ducks are actually a thing in Aang the Last Avatar. They're kind of a big meme. But they made the card for it green. I'm like...
Wait, I have seen one in blue.
Yeah. But it's like...
Turtle Duck, the Precious.
Yeah, that's probably a fan-made card. It's probably a fan-made card. The actual official one is
never
green.
mind. Never mind. It is just green.
And I'm upset. Anyway, my sadness aside, thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, if you see a ghost, call the Ghostbusters. Do do do.
What? What about legal copy for the Ghostbusters?
We're going to raid.
Well, it depends on the type of.
Yeah.
Depends the type of ghost, country of origin. Yeah, some of them have different rules.
We're going to raid out to another channel. Who should we raid? I don't know.
Here we raid.
Let's see you guys next time. We're going to fuck it, Snap. No, they're playing a game that I don't want to get spoiled for. Everyone's playing Pokemon and I'm upset. Ugh. You know what? I won't raid out this time. Let's just end up because no one's on that I care about. We'll see you guys.
Raiding for spoilers. Okay then.
Yeah.
Next time.
Bye. Stay ghost.